Hey guys, welcome all. You would have got the content of this video from the thumbnail. Yes, with coronavirus being declared as a pandemic disease, the World Health Organization and the Center for Disease Control asking every citizen to social distance themselves and to stay at home if their profession allows to do so. So here I'm giving few basic checklists that needs to be taken care if you're going on a home quarantine. The first thing would be the non-perishable food items, that's the dry items that can be stored for a longer period of time. People had already started to overstock food items and demand started rising with empty shelves on most of the basic things such as bread, cereals, frozen foods and canned foods. So it's advisable to store food for at least 2 to 3 weeks. I will also show you the food items that I bought and stored so that you may get an idea of it if you're going on a home quarantine. Being an Indian, rice is one of our staple foods, so I bought a bag of rice. I already have half a bag, so I bought another one to store. A small bag of idli rice, which is enough for our family. With this, the breakfast and dinner can be sorted even if I run out of any other options. A big bag of whole wheat flour for making chapatis. I know it's big, but this was the only thing that was left on the shelf during the Indian grocery shopping, so with no other choice I took it. These are some of the other things that I would need and you may also. So here it goes. The first thing is the rusk. We used to have our tea with rusk, so I bought 2 packets of rusk. Then comes the instant noodle packets that I would need in case of any emergency or I crave for something or I have to prepare anything quick. A few biscuit packets, anything of your choice would do. Then the wheat and ragi vermicelli and a packet of plain vermicelli for breakfast option. The most important thing, milk powder. The grocery stores are still open, but if you choose not to go out, and for the worst case scenario you can always expect a curfew situation, so with kid around and we also love to have our tea with milk, I bought this and stored. Tur dal. These were the last 2 packets that I found on the shelf while shopping, and also stored chana dal and moong dal. Packet of suji or rava. I already have one, stored another. Roasted Bengal gram dal. Roasted rice flour. I make puttu often for breakfast during the weekend, so I bought a packet of puttu flour. Jaggery powder. For the worst case, I bought a rice mix so that I can make it up even if I run out of any veggies. You can also make it at home and store it like tomato tokku and all. A bottle of ginger garlic paste. I usually make it at home for the worst case if they get over. Canned coconut milk. I also stored some of the pulses such as white chana, black chana and some of the dried beans. This will also help. We usually have tea. Coffee is a rare scenario in our home, so I bought a bigger packet of black tea. I also stored the oils that I use: sunflower oil, coconut oil, olive oil, sesame oil and ghee. Sugar, another basic thing that needs to be stocked. I also stored few pasta varieties. Salt, another essential item that needs to be stored. You can always choose and store what you need the most. It can be cereals, oats, flour, or anything of your choice. We're not a cereal person, so I didn't buy them. I bought few snacks in a bigger quantity, a healthy snacks to munch on. Coming to the frozen part, I bought a packet of frozen baturas. I always store frozen coconuts, frozen shredded coconut, and frozen green beans, frozen drumstick, frozen green peas, and frozen sweet corn, and another packet of drumstick. I also store the coriander leaves, mint leaves, and curry leaves in freezer by cleaning, washing, and after drying, storing it in a Ziploc cover. And a packet of frozen paneer. By removing the stalk and placing in between the paper towel to absorb the moisture will help the green chilies to stay for a longer period of time inside the refrigerator. I bought extra tomatoes to make paste at home and store it for a longer period, and some limes as well. Onion, shallots, garlic, potatoes, sweet potatoes can be stored for a longer period of time. Make sure you store them dry. Another major scarcity in US is for the water. Thankfully, we don't use the bottled water. I use the filtered one. We'll replace the filter once in 2 months, so bought a filter. The next essential thing would be a basic medical and first aid kit and hygiene products. Make sure if you're staying at home you have enough of them. The first essential thing would be a hand sanitizer. If you're going out, make sure to use the hand sanitizer as often as possible. I used to carry a small one in my handbag and put one at home and another one in the car, so we can use it whenever we need it. But I know the hand sanitizers had literally gone out of stock in all the platforms, both in retail and online, and the price gouging in the online platform is insane, and they are charging up to $100. So if you're not able to buy that, washing hands is considered more safer than using a hand sanitizer. It kills more germs. So wash your hands as often as possible, and then don't take your hands to your face if you're out of your home. In India, you can always find this antiseptic liquid, so disinfect the place you touch and use the most by mixing it with water. Keep the basic medicines handy for cold, flu, cough, fever. I always stock the paracetamols for fever and the cold tablets and first aid kit in case of any emergency situation, so that it helps all the time. These are the few medicines that I buy from India which works for me. And these are some pain relievers and ointments that I always keep in handy. And mainly if you have kids, keep their basic medicines handy all the time. This is the basic paracetamol that is prescribed here for the kids to reduce fever, and keep a digital thermometer also. If you have kids who are using diapers and not yet potty trained, then you definitely have to stock on diapers, because many stores are running out of diaper stocks, so you need to store them in prior. Similarly, for the toilet paper rolls, many stores here had put signs outside the store that they ran out of stock of the paper rolls, and these are the result of the panic buying and overstocking the items everywhere. If you have kids at home, definitely it will be a tough situation for all of us now. We'll not be able to take them out, so indulge them in their favorite games and make them learn at home, do the craft works, make them color, paint, and keep them busy. And keep your immune levels high by eating the vitamin C rich foods, ginger, garlic, and many other foods that are prescribed. And exercise at home and stay active. Do meditation and start a habit. If you are a reader, indulge yourself in reading a book. All the highway signs in the country are asking the people to stay home and stop the spread, so it's most important to stay home and save the lives of the people. We believe that the situation will change and will be back to normal by praying to the Almighty. So stay strong and stay healthy.